Oh, here it is. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, hello, Rose. Welcome to the BB
Here.
Disney After Show.
Yay,
All
glad to
right.
be here. Glad to be here.
We are we are happy that you played this season, and we can't wait to hear all your insights and everything. But question we always like to start off with here at BB Disney was, what was your favorite part of your BB Disney experience?
Well, my favorite part of any game is definitely meeting people and getting to build those friendships. And like I've met a lot of very I've met some very good friends through orgs, and this org was no different. I made some good friendships, I think, and I think they're gonna last a long time. And for me, that's always my favorite part.
Definitely, that's um, definitely the best part. Was this your
Mhm.
first BB game?
No, no. I've been playing orgs for about uh, I want to say about a year and a half now, and my first BD game was last was December. It started in December 2021, December or November 2021, and and I finished 11th place there, and I had no idea what I was doing. I have never seen a single episode of Big Brother. I had no idea. I My first day in the house, I asked what's an HOH? And
Oh
so
yeah.
so I like uh Billy Stevens was in my prod chat, and he's been my biggest fan through all these games, and he tells me to like he was actually my prod member in Instinct, and he tells me he loves seeing how I've kind of grown into myself as an orator. He loves seeing my progress, the progress that I've made, um, going from knowing nothing about the format, knowing nothing about orgs really, and then finishing third place, like this close to the end. Like, and
Yeah, you were
yeah,
this close. Yeah.
I was this close, yes. And
Mhm.
I know he's proud of me. I know a lot of the friends I've made through these orgs. I know they're all proud of me. And I've like I'm proud of me too. Like I wish I could have taken those last few steps and made it to the end, but I know I know I did my best, and I know I've made so much progress since I first started. And so I'm very happy about that.
Right, well, as an outsider who watched you this game, you definitely would never have known about a year ago you didn't know what you were doing. You were right in on the action. You had some great connections, it seemed, and you were right there. You're third place winner. That's like third place is nothing to like sniff at. That was like that is not easy. You were
Yeah.
right there. So
Yeah.
I guess let me ask you, why do you think they didn't take you to the end?
I definitely know why. Like they, because Robertoria, especially Victoria, uh, pretty much flat out told me. She said we knew how well connected you were, and we know what kind of person you are. Like I played a very honest game. They also knew that Evan had made some people upset, and so they knew that taking him over me would give them a better chance to win. And I don't fault them for that. And honestly, I would be disappointed in them if they didn't recognize that, because it was true. And going into the jury house and finding out that I almost unanimously had the jury. you know, it was 100% the right choice to take me out at that time. And so it's very, for me, it's very humbling to know that I would have had their votes. It's very humbling. It's a little frustrating too, because if I had just won those HOHs, I could have, this game would have been mine. But still, you know, I'm very humbled. I'm very grateful for the people who believed in me, and the people who, loved me so much that they that they were gonna vote for me at the end. So, uh, yeah, it was the right choice to take me out. And I give them credit. I give them full credit for that because it was the right choice.
Yeah, speaking of when you entered the jury, being in the jury chat and in all of your projects, you came into the jury and then all the projects they went off like, what the heck? Some other maybe not so nice words from others, like, what the heck is going on? So you definitely made an impact there. So, definitely be proud. Um,
Yes.
is there um is there anything like maybe when you got to jury that maybe something you didn't realize that happened in the game that you were kind of like, oh, something you I don't know
Mm,
if maybe I'm not explaining that quite correctly. I'm
mm.
um
The
I
the
mean,
thing that
oh, sorry, go ahead.
nah, yeah, like obviously going into the jury chat is interesting because you get to hear about all the connections that other people made that you didn't know about. And like for me, the most interesting thing is finding out other people's connections, other people's strategies, finding out who also had final twos with each other. That's always very interesting to me. I think uh uh finding out people's plans also. Um I think, let's see. What was interesting to me was that pretty much the entire game, I don't think anyone was really targeting me until the very end, which which is amazing to me because I was connected with a lot of people. And I don't know if people just didn't realize it or they saw me flopping at all these comps and they and they thought, well, maybe she's not a threat. So I don't know. It's very interesting to me to see that. But yeah, just seeing what went on behind the scenes. Um, let's see. Yeah, the connections other people had. That's always very cool.
Yeah. No, it's fun to watch as an outsider. I played myself in season 7. So getting to
Mm,
be on the other side this season, I was like, oh, that's what they're all watching us do. And yeah, it's
yeah.
definitely
Mhm,
interesting. Fun question. This actually came from Jill, but I've been
mm,
asking everybody this, and it's always really fun. I always love just hearing all of you interpret
mhm.
this your own way. If you could compare your game to any Pixar movie, what would
Mm.
it be and why?
Probably cars. Just because I don't win at the end. No, like no, I don't mean that in a bitter way at all. Like like um also in that movie he chose not to win. That wouldn't have been my choice, but I think Cars would probably be the one.
I love that movie. That's so great. My nephew's obsessed with that song, um, all the time. Um,
Yeah.
if maybe I don't know. Maybe you don't have anything to say for this particular question. That's okay.
Mhm.
Is there anything that you would go back and maybe do differently?
Uh I mean, really the only things I would have done differently were just be better at comps. Like this was not my game for comps. Like I played a Survivor game last summer where I was killing comps. I was doing very well. Um other games I've done much better. This game was not my game. I don't know what happened. I don't know what was going on, but yeah, I usually do better at comps, especially near the end when I need to do better. But yeah, in the beginning I was flopping. I'll say it. I was throwing comps at the beginning because I didn't want to, and I didn't want to win at that time. And uh one of the early comps that I threw was an endurance challenge, which historically I've done very well in. And I intentionally threw it and I was upset about it because I didn't want to win at that time. But yeah, like winning the comps at the end, I wish I could have won. In fact, I wish I could have won the first Cups comp. I don't think I ever had a chance to win the second comp because that was really hard. But the first comp, that was basically an endurance challenge. I was trying my hardest to win, and I think if like I think something just fell out of place or something. I don't know exactly what happened, but suddenly there was a shift and it was over. Like if I had if I was able to win that first one, I definitely would have had that third comp because I was doing it with them and I was getting them right. So I like that's my biggest regret that I couldn't win that first final HOH comp. If I had just won that one, it would have been over. I would have won. But, it is what it is. I like, you know, but
Yeah,
but I am very proud of my social game and how that's evolved over time. Um, I can't be a villain. Like I tried being a villain. I tried doing some villainous things in the Survivor game that I was in, and I tried doing some villainous things in the previous game I was in, and it's just I don't like it. It makes me feel bad. I can't do it. Like I still feel bad about certain things. So this game I was like, okay, 100% hero. Like the most villainous thing I did was probably just like not not speaking up and not trying to save like Grace or Trevor because I was like, I know it's over. Like the rest of the house is against them. Nothing I do can can fix it. So I said, I will just keep quiet and let things fall as they will, you know. But
gotcha.
yeah, but I'm very proud of my social game. It's what I'm best at. I'm not always the best at comps, but we all know that in Big Brother and even Survivor to some extent, comp wins the are not the only part of the game. It's your social game. It's certain decisions that you make. And in terms of my social game, that's always been my strongest point. Even in my very first game, people didn't want to vote me out because even though I had no idea what I was doing, they they liked me enough to keep me around. So one of one of my friends from that first game when I was talking about the game afterwards, he told me, I don't think you realize just how captivating you can be. And I I never forgot that. I held on to it, through all these games, and that's always been the core of my strategy. And it's worked very well for me, you know. So I always just lean into that and I always try to just be my captivating self and see where the cards fall for me.
Yeah, no, your insights are great. I love it. You were right there, so you were inches away.
Inches away,
But yeah.
yes.
Oh, geez, there goes my camera. Just kidding. I'm right here.
Mhm.
But yeah, is there anything else you'd like to share about the experience or anything that you didn't already get to?
I mean, I think I've shared everything. Obviously I love Prod. I love the work that they put into this game. I'm sorry that they had to face drama at the beginning. Since the game has ended, I've gotten a bit more insight into some things that happened, and obviously, I never want you know game drama to spill into real world drama, and it sounds like it kind of did, and I'm very disappointed to hear that, but I'm also thankful to Prod for handling it as well as they did. I think in spite of the early game drama, they made a very fun game, and we had a very it was all a good experience for everyone for everyone else, I think. So I'm just thankful to them for that.
Awesome. Awesome. Well,
Yeah.
we loved having you. You're a fantastic person, player, just everything. So thank you for joining us here on the after show.
Yay.